What's up guys, welcome to the video. Today we're going over the top 5 most improved teams in the NBA. Before we get into it, leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Alright, let's jump into it. At number 1 we have the Oklahoma City Thunder. No one expected them to have a winning percentage of 50% or even more, let alone the 5th seed in the playoffs. In a short span, they traded both Russell Westbrook and Paul George for an injury-prone old point guard named Chris Paul. Also, Chris Paul's contract takes up a lot of cap space. They relied on young stars like Steven Adams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to carry this team to a playoff berth and actually compete in the first round of the playoffs against the Rockets, which went to Game 7. Their players are having great seasons. For instance, injury-prone Chris Paul is averaging 20 points per game, and Dennis Schroeder is averaging 17 points per game. Even though they both have lost some star power, they are still able to maintain a top 10 defense in the NBA, having Steven Adams by the rim. At number 2, we have the Miami Heat. Last year, they were just a team that had some young talent, and now they are competing for a chance for the finals, keeping up and dominating the Milwaukee Bucks so far. They increased their number of wins last season by 10. They recently got the vocal Jimmy Butler. This added star power to the team that really needed a leader. It also helps that Jimmy Butler is a top tier defender in the league, getting many blocks, steals, and contesting a lot of shots. They also have an arguably top 5 center in the league named Bam Adebayo. He is a real paint protector while getting the Heat a lot of rebounds and dunks. They also have some young guys very cheap that are in the future for this team. They have rookie Kendrick Nunn at point guard and rookie shooting guard Tyler Hero. They also have a rising sharpshooter named Duncan Robinson, which is shooting 43% from the 3. They also have some veteran guys that are the glue to this team, making it click. These players are Kelly Olynyk and Gordon Dragic. At number 3, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. Last year, they did not make the playoffs and only had 35 wins as the 10th seed in the West. And to take a complete 360 in 2020, they have a 52 wins and only 19 losses. This team makes a big trade in the offseason, acquiring Anthony Davis, the star power forward from the New Orleans Pelicans. They traded a lot of young guys, but it's okay because they got a lot of veterans really pushing for a win now. For instance, they got Danny Green for only $10 million a year for his role as a perimeter shooter and a defensive specialist. They also got other veterans for cheap, for instance, Andre Rondo, Avery Bradley, J.R. Smith, Dion Waiters, and Dwight Howard. They might have a lot of veterans, but they also have the meme and myth, the legend, Alex Caruso for some youth on the team. They also decided not to trade Kyle Kuzma. This is their late round draft pick 2 years ago. It turned out to be a diamond in the rough. He's an X-factor player that the Lakers need if they want to keep their run for the finals. At number 4, we have the Dallas Mavericks. This team did not make the playoffs last year, and in 2020 they became the 7th seed in the Western Conference. They have 2 international stars on their team. Their first star is named Luka Doncic. He is a Slovenian player playing in the Slovenian league at the age of 16. At only his 2nd year in the NBA, he already has broke so many records and has made a huge impact on the league. In only his 2nd year, he's averaging 25 points. This offseason, they acquired the Unicorn, aka Kristaps Porzingis. This other international star is a Latvian 7'3" center. He, however, is not like most centers because he has a shot. He shoots 63% from 3, which is really good for a big man. They made the playoffs in 2020 and made the series against the 2nd seed Clippers a nail biter. At number 5, we have the Los Angeles Clippers. This is a team that last year barely made the playoffs as the 8th seed, and now they're a 2nd seed in the Western Conference. They're a very good team, acquiring 2 new superstars. Kawhi Leonard was a free agent last season, and he decided to be in his hometown, Los Angeles, but decided the Clippers. They got Paul George from a trade from the OKC, and they also have some great depth like Lou Williams, which is always in contender for the 6th man of the year, also with Montrezl Harrell. They also have some lockdown defenders like Patrick Beverley, and they just recently got Joakim Noah. Also have some young guys like Ivica Zubac, and also some 6-man guys like Reggie Jackson. This overall team is trying to do a win now situation, and I believe they can do it. They get players that want to win a championship like Reggie Jackson. A sleeping sharpshooter as well is Landry Shamet. As an honorable mention in this list, I would like to add the New Orleans Pelicans. Even though they traded a star player like Anthony Davis, they still were in the playoff hunt. In that trade, they got Lonzo Ball, which is an amazing playmaker, Brandon Ingram, which is in the running for Most Improved Player of the Year. He actually won Most Improved Player of the Year, which is very impressive. They have recently got a shooting guard that is a sharpshooter named JJ Redick. They got the 1st overall pick, and they drafted Zion Williamson. This man is a pure athlete. He plays the power forward, and he's an amazing beast. He can shoot. He has the most athleticism I've ever seen in the last 10 years. He did have some injuries in the 2020 year, but for the future, this Pelicans team is going to look very nice. That's all for the video. Thank you for listening. Please comment, subscribe, and like. And put down in the comments down below who your favorite players are and teams.